Hello everyone, welcome back. This is JJ. I hope that you're having a beautiful day, night, or morning whenever you are watching this video. We're going to be talking about the big changes that are coming ahead, or that are coming up, if you will. And because we are in eclipse season, we are about to have a partial eclipse on the 17th of September. And then we're going to have the big solar eclipse on October 2nd. And so I wanted to see how is the wheel turning, because I am feeling energetically that for many people the wheel is shifting. There is like a shift in the mindset. There is a lot of closing out of cycles. There is a lot of purging that is going on. I know many on a collective, myself included, have been feeling really tired, like really tired. And besides, I blame it on my sati, but it's also part of the eclipse energies that we're stepping into. And so I wanted to bring pick a card where we look at how is the wheel shifting for all of you. We have three beautiful crystals here. We have amethyst, we have pink quartz, and then we have malachite as option number 3. Like always, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If something doesn't fit, just let it go, que se te resbale. You are a sovereign being. You know what is best for you, and ultimately you make your own decisions. With that being said, timestamps are in the description box below. Thank you to everyone who was part of the Reiki circle. Like always, disclaimers: if you hear any noises in the background, those are my kittens, my cats. So let's get started with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this beautiful amethyst heart, this is your message. How is the wheel turning for you? Now, I have to say something. This is my own personal deck. Some of you are familiar with it if you follow me if you're part of my Patreon, or if you've just been around for a long time. And these cards flew out of my deck. So it's very interesting. We have the fox here. We have generations. So some of you really like wearing Converse, or, you just bought some Converse. There's something there. Feminine energy showing up, transformation, death, and cycles. And then we have death again. And then we have news, clarity, and a letter, a document of some sort. So I'm going to honor these cards, but I will not have them on camera, but I will honor the energy and the message that is coming through from them. So with you guys, what I am getting, pile number 1, is you really have to be on your toes, if you will, or you've had to be. So this can be energies that you're currently in, or energies that you have been in. These you had to really learn to navigate the transformation and the cycles, because there's definitely a big closing out of cycles here. And it has to do with your feminine energy. So this could have been working in healing your feminine energy, or working with another feminine, right? So being like your mother, an aunt, a grandmother, a friend. There's something there that needed healing. And for some of you, maybe there was certain communication, or there was a letter, some type of information that was brought to you. This could have been ancestral as well, because we do have generations here. And when I created this card, I thought of ancestors. And so I feel here there was a big cycle that you healed. I was going to say broke, but you healed it. You alchemized it within yourself. And it could have been due to a passing of someone. And if that's the case, I am really sorry. Really sorry for your loss. For others of you, it was just like a metaphor of an old way of expressing your feminine energy that no longer resonates. You have shifted that, you have transformed that. Because the feminine energy is all about being receptive. It's about being creative. It's about tapping into your passion, your sensuality, sexuality, and expressing that, right? And not feeling that shame and that guilt for doing so. And if you do, you alchemize it, you feel those feelings. And so for a lot of you, there was it feels like an old death, or like a death of old feminine energy, like within yourself, for a new one to be rebirthed. Okay, so now let's look at your card. So that's kind of like the energy that you're in. I feel like you might be feeling very relieved now. Relieved, kind of like, okay, the weight has been lifted off my shoulders type of energy. But let's have a look here. How is the wheel turning for pile number 1? Recovery. Okay, so you are recovering. If you have been going through health problems, or, your health hasn't been the best. Your energy hasn't been the best. You are recovering from that. Stay positive. Visionary. Let me just lay all the cards out. Spring. Okay, pile number 1. What is shifting for you? There's more positivity coming in your life, especially because there was a cycle in which you couldn't see what was ahead with the 2 of Swords. There was this energy of like, I couldn't make a decision. I would let spirit make the decision for me. And it was because I feel like you weren't in touch with your feminine energy. That's why I was picking up, or these cards flew out. This energy of, you know, I wasn't using my feminine energy, my intuition, my creativity to make certain decisions in my life. And so I feel like because of that transformation or that death of the old way of expressing your feminine energy, now you're going to have more creativity. For those who want to be in a relationship, who have been seeking a relationship, I do feel here with the King of Cups that there are suitors. They corrected me. There are suitors that are coming in. I feel for others of you, there is more love, more passion, more romance coming in a current relationship. If you are in a relationship, I also feel as well there's going to be more adventure in your life because you're tapped into your passion. You're tapped into that feminine energy. It's like spirit had to remove the blindfold because for whatever reason you did not want to see that or honor that within yourself. And so you recovered that. You stepped back into your feminine energy. And this is going to make you more creative. It's like it's going to give you visions. It's going to give you visions for your ideas, for your, you know, the things that you want to pursue, because you now know your self-worth. And that could have been another thing here. You couldn't see that. I feel here you couldn't see your self-worth. You couldn't see your value. You couldn't see, you know, how amazing you are. I feel like that was the thing here. And probably you surrounded yourself with people who would validate that vision that you had of yourself, or that perspective that you had of yourself. So whether this is you stayed around friends that were like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're not all that. Or, you know, relationships that also remind that or mirrored that energy to you. And I feel like spirit allowed that for a couple of, I was going to say minutes, but your guides were like, there was months and years. In order for you to see it, in order for you to wake up and heal that aspect of self and to heal that feminine energy within yourself. So how the wheel is turning is that I feel like now you're going to be more comfortable in challenging the status quo. I feel like you're going to be rebelling more from a more balanced, stable place, not without a cause. Like you will have a cause here. I'm also seeing as well that you are going to be feeling very passionate about your craft, about your work, your goals, your relationships. It's just all this positivity is coming into your life after a period of darkness here with the Dawn card. For some of you, you might have had a vision of the sun like setting. I was going to say settling. Okay, so maybe also the wheels like settling things down. Yeah, settling down is what I'm getting here. Settling down in your own energy and your emotions. Because you did a lot of healing. Clear visions. We have visionary and clear visions. September 19th, your teeth. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you want to or you need to go to the dentist. I don't know. I feel like you're going to be smiling more, right? With teeth, it's like you're going to be smiling more. Maybe because you got some type of work done, or because you're feeling better, feeling more secure about yourself. I feel like as well, what I was going to say is you now have clear vision, right? It's like you're no longer indecisive. You're no longer stuck in a rut. It's like you're like, I know what I want and I'm going for that. And so because of all the healing that you've done, you cleared both the past, the present, and the future for yourself. And it's bringing in this beautiful spring energy. And the spring comes after the winter. And the winter, what happens? Depending where you are in the world, there's snow. Nothing is being birthed at that time. You're reflecting. Old leaves are dying, right? It's like the soil, the, mother Gaia is preparing for new birth, and that's kind of where you were at. And I feel like with the wheel now turning, you're stepping into spring. And what is spring? Spring is where things grow, plants, seeds start blooming. It's like we're coming out of hibernation. So I feel like for you guys, the wheel is you're socializing out, like outside more, and going out more. Maybe even going out to dating other people. For others, it's like you're putting your ideas back out there. And again, there's going to be so much positivity here. There's like new hope, right? It's like you're like, okay, now I can see the longevity. Now I can see that this is worth investing in. But again, this is because of all the healing that you've done internally. And you've done a lot. You've alchemized a lot. For some of you, you're going to get invitations to a lot of different events, maybe for dates, maybe, to put your ideas out there, to work with, like, for you to collaborate with someone. Like, there's just a lot of opportunities that are coming in, but it's also because you shifted your perspective here. And because you're in a new vibration, you're attracting all this beautiful energy. But you needed to go through that winter cycle. You needed to go through that in order for you to step into spring. And for some of you, I feel like while you were there, you were healing a lot of things. You were healing a lot of things. And now you're going to see all the space that you've made by trimming your garden, by, nourishing your garden. You're going to see what beautiful plants you have planted there. Anything else here, Spirit? Yes, it's like you're going to uncover all the work that you've done under the soil. Because I feel like for some of you, you can't see it yet. Yeah, you had to take some time off. I don't know if this was in regards to your creative ideas, if like Spirit was like, nah, you sit your booty down for a second, like you need to relax, you need to recharge, or you need to do the shadow work, or this situation needs to be addressed. Like there's something there where the guides were kind of like, no, time off. You need time off. Because I feel like certain things needed to shift. Yes, you needed to close out a lot of cycles. And then at the same time, you needed to rejuvenate yourself. And now there's positive changes coming in. I'm also getting this energy of, oh man, I lost it. Hold up. There was a lot of things that you needed to close out. There was a lot of shadow work. I keep getting that. A lot of shadow work needed to be done. And you weren't going to be able to do the work if Spirit didn't sit you down for a bit. For many of you, it's kind of like during this time, you were like, I need to end this relationship. I need to let go of this job. I need to, I'm not happy over here. I need to shift my job, my work, whatever it may be, my friends, whatever it may be. It's like you needed to see that, but I feel like you actively put that blindfold on for quite a long time. And it was getting in the way of your manifestations because you were holding on to things that needed to be released, because then you weren't making space. And look how my voice is kind of like, and I was like, oh, raspy. I feel like there was something here that you needed to accept, a truth within yourself that you needed to come to terms with. And it did put you in the dark for a little bit. It did, but you're coming out of that. With that wheel shifting for you, you're coming out of that, and there is beautiful plants, beautiful flowers that are growing in your garden. Again, due to all the healing that you have been doing. And you got to be proud of yourself. I do got to say that. You got to be proud of yourself for doing the work. I know it's not easy. Believe it or not a lot of people like to do the work. And those who do it can kind of see why. A lot of people are like, hell no. You know what? I don't want to do it. Because it takes a lot. It really does. And it takes a toll on you. But once you get to the other side, then you get to see why the work is necessary. And pile number 1, you guys did it. And now there's this renewal of energy, renewal of, creative ideas, creativity here for you. Again, if you have been feeling very low in energy due to all the work that you've been doing, allow yourself to recover. You're going to start feeling better. But that is what I have for you, pile number 1. Take care of yourself. Bye. If you chose pile number 2, the rose quartz, this is your message. How is the wheel turning for you? For pile number 2, I can hear there is some type of construction going on in the background. So I feel like you guys have been looking at your foundation, okay? It's like you're rebuilding now. The wheel is turning in your favor for you to rebuild. I just heard your life was not falling apart. Actually, it was falling in place. Everything was falling in place. So let's start off with that. I'm also getting the energy of opportunities. There's something about a puzzle. You've been trying to figure something out, or you're getting the piece of the puzzle as well. That is how the wheel is turning for you. You're finally understanding something. Something is clicking for you. A lot of opportunities are coming in. Remain adaptable, remain flexible. That was something that came up over on Instagram in today's post as well. There's something about your abundance. Something wasn't clicking. I don't know if this has to do with the belief that you didn't deserve it, or whether this was something like, let's say, I don't know what major to pick. I don't know what it is that I want to focus on. For example, let's say you're like, I don't know if I want to teach or if I want to be a counselor. I mean, they're both teaching energies. There's just in different roles, right? Through different avenues. But it's kind of this decision of like, I don't know what to do for work or for my abundance. There's something with your abundance here. For some of you, there's a new friend. There's a new teacher that is coming in. Again, that theme of the teacher. For some of you, you are meant to be teaching. For some of you, you have been wanting to teach, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working. Again, your guides are saying it's because there were certain pieces of the puzzle that you didn't have, but now you will have them and you can teach. Okay, and you can teach in various things. It doesn't have to be traditional, like in a district. It can be something like you know about astrology, or you know about sound healing, or you know about Reiki or tarot cards, or you know about creating jewelry. Like there's something there that you are now able to teach. And I see a lot of abundance with this shift in the wheel for you. I'm also seeing a tobacco. So to me, tobacco talks about magic. So for some of you, maybe you want to teach about magic or about spiritual practices. Let's see. We have chaos. Okay, so we have here the web, so a weaver. That came out on Instagram too. So for pile number 2, you might be weavers. I feel like you didn't know what to weave, what to create. It was like dark, but then we have people here. We have 3 guides here. For some of you, there is something beautiful here that you've created. Again, the sense of rebuilding. You're rebuilding something that at some point was very chaotic. It was very chaotic. You were going through some type of difficult situation, but you were never alone. There's 3 people here, 3 guides. This also feels like oh my God, maiden, mother, and crone. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but there's something about that there. Sunlight. Inner authority. Time. Yes, now it's time for you to get this piece of the puzzle or to understand something. Hidden talents. For some of you, okay, for those that I said you wanted to teach or you wanted to put an idea out there, but for whatever reason it didn't give you the results, or something kept coming up. The reason for that is because there's still hidden talent, or there were hidden talent within yourself that you have not or did not tap into, or you were not aware of. And your guides are saying you needed to tap into these these hidden talents in order for you to be able to teach something. Okay, there's now hidden talents that are now seeing the sunlight. But in order for you to be able to do this, you had to step into your own inner authority. Because you guys did go through something very challenging. It's like you guys were fighting for your freedom here with the Nine of Wands and the Chaos card here. It's like you were very strong during this time. I am getting that. Because this is my wounded warrior. This is the person who will get to the finish line because they will get to the finish line, right? This is someone who is like, I'm standing firm right here. I'm not giving up. This is what this is. I'm not giving up with the Nine of Wands. I am showing up. And for a lot of you, there was certain baggages, certain things, like the card says there, burdens, guilt. It could have been sadness, shame, regret, right? It could have been things that were there, emotions that were there that were weighing you down. And your guides are saying you needed this time to let that go. To let that go. And for many of you, you did feel drained with the Nine of Wands here. This is my card of about to reach some type of burnout. That's the Nine of Wands. Whatever this was, it was taking a toll on your physical body. For some of you, there were big decisions that you made. Big decisions were made, and they could have been chaotic either for you. They might have been difficult for you or those who were the receivers of this decision. But how is the wheel turning? There's going to be more peace. After a period of darkness, there is the sunlight. The sunlight is coming in. There is more energy because this angel here is holding a basket of oranges. And oranges for me, you know, people usually when you tell them, oh, like I'm sick or I'm under the weather, they're like, oh, eat an orange, right? For your immune system. So again, there's a sense of healing, a sense of getting better, of your immune system as well, getting stronger and healthier. Because I feel for many of you, and I have seen this, whenever you're going through a lot of challenges in your life, your immune system goes down. Or if you're like, you know, going through a lot of like an emotional cycle or something like this, it's like your immune system goes down, or you're nervous, or there's a lot of anxiety. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. I have noticed that. But I feel like for many of you, the reason why you were put in this chaotic situation is for you to step into your inner authority. So the wheel, what it's doing for you is that is allowing you, because of your own work, to now be in this authoritative space. Doesn't have to mean that you're out there publicly an authoritative figure. This is just within your own home, within your own energy. They're saying it's time. The wheel here is actually showing up like the gatekeeper and saying it's time. We cannot keep putting this off anymore. Yeah, look, my printer's over there. I don't know what it's doing, but I feel like it's time for you to make big decisions in your life. The wheel is allowing you, is putting you in a position of authority where you're going to be able to have that mental clarity to be able to make the best decisions for yourself, and not from a place of guilt, not from a place of shame, not from a place of, you know, feeling like you were jaded, but from a place of your own personal authority, from a place of freedom. You're going to be able to make these big decisions in your life and spread your wings and fly is what I'm getting here. Because I feel like before you were giving your power away to someone or something, or maybe even to your emotions, and it wouldn't allow you to weave. And if you were to weave, it will weave something so chaotic, because within your emotions, it was chaotic. And so the wheel is allowing you now to have that clarity, for you to be able to weave from a place of personal power, from a place of clarity, from a place of sovereignty. That's what that is. And for many of you, you're choosing to go in a totally different direction here with the Fool. For some of you, you create music, is what I'm getting here. You create music or sound engineering. I don't know why I'm getting that. Sound engineering, that could be something that's coming up. I feel like also you're allowing life to surprise you. Where before I feel like you wanted to control a lot of things. And I feel like because you were in a space where you felt powerless, you saw that sometimes when you surrender to Source, like everything will get sorted out. I just noticed that says masa confusa. confusion. There was a lot of confusion here. There was a lot of confusion, and the only way to get through this confusion, it might have been sticky too. It was through your intuition, because the moon is leading here, is leading you through the chaos. It's like you had to go into your subconscious here, because you were weaving, like I said, from a place of shame, from a place of, I don't know, you probably felt cursed. You probably felt like, you know, I'm cursed, or something's going on here, or I don't know. But your guides are saying no, it was just because you weren't in your power. But this Wheel of Fortune is allowing you to step into your power. It's allowing you to believe also that you're blessed. That you're blessed, because it feels to me here that your guides... Okay, there was this sense of, the way I'm picking this up is like, there was a sense of like, you know what? It was either Spirit's will or God's will or my will. And I feel like for some of you, it was more like, oh, it's my will. I can do it better. I know better. Kind of thing. And I feel like the wheel here has given you the clarity now to allow you to see that Spirit knows what they're doing. Spirit knows what they're doing. Okay? That's kind of what I'm getting here. But I'm also getting here with the sunlight. You might be going out in the sun more. You might be, again, putting yourself out there. It's very similar to pile 1 in that sense. I feel like also you're going to have more energy to plan and to execute your ideas as well. I feel for many of you with the Uranus energy here, you are leaving your comfort zone. You're taking more risks here for sure. Because I feel like before you wouldn't do that because of the fear of chaos, or the fear of the unknown, or the fear or the shame or the guilt, whatever it may be for you. It wouldn't allow you to put certain things out there into the sunlight, metaphorically speaking, for others to see. Because for many of you, you have so many talents, but they're hidden because of this fear, this shame, this guilt here that will not allow you to be your authentic self. And that is part of you giving your power away. That is part of you not being in your power, is you not being authentic to yourself. And so I feel like for many of you, you are stepping into this inner authority, this authenticity, what makes you an individual and what sets you apart. And not from a place of shame or guilt, but from a place of like, you know, feeling proud, feeling calm, feeling like, yeah, you know what? I am different. And that is okay, right? Anything else here? As well, this wheel is allowing you to let go of those baggages, like I was saying. Definitely. I feel like also you called a lot of judgment and you brought it to completion. 20 judgment, 21 the World card in tarot. And we're starting with the Fool. So this was like a big cycle in your life that you just closed out. Robin. I don't know the name Robin. Robin is reaching out, or someone is reaching out to Robin. I feel like also you're taking things a lot slower. You're no longer in a rush to get to the finish line. Because like I always say, and I read it in a book from Alana Fairchild, there is no point in arriving to the bus stop early if the bus comes in 45 minutes, right? So I feel like you're taking things a lot slower. It's like you're working with your intuition. You're working with your cycles here. That is your new beginning here. You're doing things according to your own wisdom. And because of that, you will be taking risks. But I feel like you're going to be okay with that. Yeah. I'm getting this energy like you're going to be good. You're going to be good. You're going to be proud. Also, there's going to be a lot of things that will be falling into place as well. There is a redirection that's coming in with this Wheel of Fortune. Your guides are saying your path is clear because you have cleared it. Also, for some of you, you might experience a temporary pause, or this could have been the temporary pause that you went through. Yeah, the moon. There's something about the moon. Someone has a tattoo of a crescent moon. Yeah, you guys were on a journey to your truth, to your own authority, to your own authenticity. That's what this was. And because of that, now you're getting the freedom to be yourself. But I feel here that you had to work through a lot of like masked emotions, a lot of illusions, a lot of deception, a lot of change here. Like, you're changing all of that. That wheel is allowing you the opportunity to change all of that. Anything else here? Yeah, there's a fresh start. Okay, so this wheel is the end of a tough cycle for you guys. That is what I have for you, pile number 2. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose Malachite, this is your message. So let's have a look how the wheel is turning for you. Let's see, am I picking up anything intuitively here for you guys? Travel. Pile number 3, you are traveling. I was going to say pile number 2, so I don't know if you guys are coming from pile number 2. I am seeing a camera. Yeah, a camera and a map. For some of you guys, you're going to travel somewhere where you've always wanted to travel. I feel like there is a rebirth due to a cleansing that happened. There's something about frogs, sapos here, which to me, they're also like removing toxins out of your vibration or energy. For some of you guys, there is a commitment here, because I am seeing a contract, but I'm also seeing a what is it called? A bridal bouquet. That's the word. Home help. Yes. Migration. Yeah, you guys, okay, you guys are relocating. Some of you here are relocating, changing homes, changing cities. Like there's something here. Or maybe you're going to a different country. Didn't I just say I saw a bouquet? Yes. There is. I saw a wedding bouquet, but here we have a different bouquet. Nonetheless, it's a bouquet. And we have the Lovers and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, pile number 3. Wow. Happiness in our hearts and homes. And we have the new Pearl. You've been under pressure. You've been under pressure. It's like you've turned the sand into a beautiful pearl here. And the only way to do so is to go through many changes, is to go through a lot of pressure. Okay, let me see. I want to read that card because it's like through the darkness, right? Through the darkness, this beautiful pearl was made. For some of you, this wheel here is bringing someone like a lover. This could also be union of self as well. Okay, I would read it like that as well. I'm seeing more abundance here as well. 6 of Pentacles. Let me see. Your answer is a yes. So if you already had a question before listening to this, if you're like, oh my god, I hope that the wheel of fortune or the wheel turns in my favor in this situation, the answer is a yes. For some of you, you've been wanting to be a parent. Again, that is a yes. For some of you, I feel like you've been in a void, because this is what this is reminding me of, a void here. There was a heart chakra activation here with the card at the bottom when I shuffled. Yeah, there was a lot of acceptance. You needed to accept something here. Either was forgiveness. You have acceptance twice. Yeah, because then we have it here too. I feel for many of you, you stepped into unconditional love. Whether this is for someone or just the vibration of unconditional love. Now, so many people say you cannot love unconditionally. Loving someone or something doesn't mean that you are okay with, doesn't mean that you're not setting boundaries. That's not what that means. You need to have boundaries. But it's this energy of like, I can love someone unconditionally at a distance, right? It's like you stepped into that energy. Very beautiful. Okay, let me read this. Yeah, there's like hope. There's some type of acceleration. Accelerating. If I can find it. Hold up, you guys. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna leave it here in case you guys want to pause and like read it. Because I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to just read certain parts here. So it says the grit, irritation, and the waiting. Okay, so for some of you, there was a lot of irritation that was going on. That's what I was saying, the darkness here. There was a lot of pressure. This feels like Saturn energy, to be quite honest with you guys. Because Saturn likes to like pulirte, if you will. Saturn likes to create the diamond. It likes to show you what you're made out of, or what something is made out of. And it does it by putting you through challenges. And so for some of you, there could have been a lot of challenges at home. It could have been a lot of challenges in your relationship. It could have been a lot of challenges in, receiving, maybe receiving help, receiving finances, receiving abundance. Like maybe money was a little tight. I'm hearing Spirit did all of this to show you that you can make it with very little. I don't know who that is for, but that's just what I heard. So it says, the new pearl is one of the greatest promises of alchemy from a single grain of salt. The pearl forms slowly but surely in the salty mouth of the oyster. The new pearl emerges as an alchemical miracle, a sight unimaginable at the outset. The process is generated from irritation itself. The work is underway, but the gem has not yet been formed. So for some of you, once this wheel turns, and I did talk about this yesterday about there is several in the collective who have been initiated. And for many of you, you resonated with that. It's because you are creating the pearl. And the pearl is either this relationship or your home situation. And your finances here with the Six of Pentacles. Right now, the important thing, I feel like you had to learn a lot about patience, consistency, and humility. Didn't I just say that? Especially when I said what money was tight or something like this. And you are being watched over. Like you are being protected during this time. Because it's like you're moving energy. You're moving to one vibration to the next. But it's only through the challenges that the formation can begin. Because if not, then you wouldn't get a pearl. Okay, so the wheel is allowing you to create a beautiful pearl or to see the pearl manifest. Because for some of you, you've been in this energy for quite a while. 6 is significant, which is unconditional love. And then we have the 6 and the 9, which forms Cancer energy. For some of you, you might be a Cancer sign, sun, moon, or rising. Your partner might be a Cancer sign. Yeah, initiate the beginning of something. This wheel is allowing you to see the initiation of this new pearl that you have created or that you're about to create. But I feel for many of you have been in this pressure already. So this wheel is bringing in a lot of happiness into your life. A lot more balanced energy in your home situation as well. Maybe receiving more help at home or in a home dynamic. If you had a question, like I said, your answer is a yes. The wheel is giving you a yes or many yeses to birth something new with the baby here as well with this archangel. It's like help is just coming in. So if you were to pray or to talk to your guides, you will see that your prayers are being answered a lot quicker than before is what I'm getting here. There's also a lot more freedom, a lot more adventure, a lot more travel here as well for pile number 3. I feel for many of you, you took the first step in something and you didn't know that was the initiation for you to create this pearl. Margarita might be significant. Your name might be Margarita. Or a grandmother's name might be Margarita or mother. Margarita Preciosa. I feel like you're going to be so happy, pile number 3. So happy. The Lovers there is a partner here. For some of you, maybe you wanted more help from your partner at home. That could be another thing. There is more abundance coming in, more opportunity coming in with that 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, happiness in our hearts and our homes. Yeah, because it's like you healed yourself because of this heart chakra activation. You formed this new pearl. And you're more open, you're more receptive now to love, to unconditional love, to abundance. And we can tap into abundance. I mean, this is my perspective, you guys. You guys have your own. We can agree to disagree here. Is if we're not in the vibration of love, it's harder for us to step into the other vibrations, right? That's why the heart chakra is the bridge from the upper to the lower chakras. Yeah, Ganesh, you've been learning a lot. For some of you, you work, or Ganesh is definitely one of your guides, or maybe was the guide assisting you at this time. I heard that elephants find us cute. I don't know where I heard that. I heard that from another YouTuber and I don't know her name, but she mentioned that. She was like, elephants find us really cute. Like that part of their brain gets lit up. And also elephants have traditions and they're big on family. So there's something beautiful here shifting for you in regards to love and in regards to family here. There's like this beautiful energy of forgiveness, of, like I said, being open, reconciling as well. For some of you, reconciling with a partner. You're receiving a beautiful gift as well here. We have opportunities. Yeah, there's new opportunities coming in. There's new opportunities coming in. I feel like a lot more laughter as well. Yeah, there's something with the home at the bottom of my deck. There's something with the home. For some of you, you're buying a home, or just your home life is getting better, is coming into balance. Okay, so for some of you, you know, you're meeting someone new. You're meeting someone new. You're meeting someone who you're going to have a strong bond with. Someone who also sees eye to eye when it comes to your perspective on having a family. But for some of you, you might be, I feel like you're relocating. Yeah, you're relocating. Maybe even jobs. It doesn't have to be like your physical home here. But that is what I have for you guys. I'm also being drawn to the bread here, which bread to me talks about abundance. I feel like there's more assistance coming in, because I feel like your guides for the time that you were going through some challenges, it's kind of like they were standing in the background, because there was lessons that you needed to learn within the challenges. Because they're saying sometimes we forget that challenges in itself are teaching moments as well. That was part of the educational plan. Okay. I don't know. I feel like they're like, we cannot just step in and not have you learn the lessons. So I feel like because you did that, you worked with what you had at the time, the wheel now is turning and is bringing in love, is bringing in that prosperity. It has allowed you to be in this energy of the give and the take, to be in the flow. Then we have also the koi fish here, which also talk about abundance. But that is what I have. Take care of yourselves. Bye.